How's it going today here at Nomad Mobile Maintenance? Today we're working on a 2018 Dodge Journey. The customer states that the belt exploded. They also had a coolant leak, and they thought they maybe had gotten it because they'd replaced a thermostat, assembly, and we get in here, and first thing we notice is my flashlight is about to die. Anyways, if you can look right there, you can see the water pump. The top of it is out, the bottom is down. Now, when this was bolted all the way in, we couldn't even turn the water pump. So we knew that it needed a water pump, and we couldn't quite see where it could be leaking from. We had a bunch of crust in a few places, but it wasn't until we got the engine support bracket off that we noticed that we had a bunch of coolant buildup on the bottom of this housing, and we took a picture of it, and I can arguably say that it's a 50-50 that it was the plastic housing or the water pump leaking in that spot. So I'm not gonna convict one or the other. I am saying that it's better to replace them, and we are replacing both of them because we are here. And if it's just the water pump, then, you know, great. But if it ends up being the other, then we have to go all the way back into this point to get it done. It's not the end of the world if that happens, but since we are here, it's just going to be the cost of the part for the customer. So that is why we're replacing that at this time, because it is plastic and it's likely enough that it could be the leak that we're going to be replacing that as well. Overall, nothing crazy going on other than those three items that we're replacing. Customer states when they go over bumps, they hear some crunchy, creaky noises, which, you know, they're saying they think it's going to be the stabilizer links or the rear shocks, which the rear shocks, they're rusty but not leaking, so that's something to keep in mind. The brakes all the way around look great. The tires look pretty decent all the way around. They're getting low, but not too bad. Other than that, that's about it. We don't see any crazy amount of leaks. That's all we found so far. Thanks so much for joining us. This is Nomad. How's it going at Nomad Mobile Maintenance? Today we are finishing up on this 2018 Dodge Journey. The customer had stated that the belt had absolutely shredded itself. Now, there's a few things that we found regarding this, and, you know, it's hard to say what was the problem, but we can see right here, that's the oil fill cap. This fell down back behind the power steering pump. Now, is it because this fell down, caught the belt, and then shredded the belt? Or was this completely just irrelevant, nothing to deal with, anything on there that happened to just rub against that? And the reason why the belt came off and everything went haywire is because the pulley on the power steering pump, and if you look at the vanes, you can see that they're even worn down. So did this run for a while with those vanes, you know, being bad? Is that because this went out first and then that's what contributed to everything just getting completely tore up? We also had an issue with the thermostat housing. Customer replaced it, I guess, last year, but the seal on that wouldn't seal after we did the repairs. We had to get that replaced. And then this right here, this is the old thermostat mating gasket, and it looks like there's a few spots around the edges that this was leaking out as well, which we don't see any damage to it, but this thing was just caked with coolant. So a few things going on with this vehicle for this repair. We got everything back together, holds pressure. We're about to get the appearance cover back on and put the tire and drop it down, but that's what we found when doing this repair. Unfortunately, that was a lot of things that we had to take care of to get this back to where it can run and drive. Thanks so much for joining us.